In a quiet city block veiled in velvet night, Nora lived in a cozy top-floor apartment overlooking the rain-slicked streets below. Her window, always a little fogged, glowed with the golden hue from a small table lamp. Nora loved the city's late hours, the hush of distant tires on wet asphalt, the flicker of neon through rainy glass, the silent ballet of shadows cast across familiar walls. Most evenings, she curled in her armchair with a mystery novel, a mug of tea, and the gentle hum of the city as her lullaby. But on this night, with thunder whispering at the horizon and the alleyway shimmering silver under streetlights, something unusual drew her gaze, a soft, flickering glow where none should be. Down in the alley, beyond the blue-painted dumpsters and glistening puddles, lay small, scattered points of light, shifting in the shadows. Nora set down her book. Her heart was quiet, more curious than afraid. The city was full of puzzles, but this one called to her like a secret whisper just for her to hear. As the clock chimed midnight, she slipped on her coat, took her old umbrella, and tiptoed into the moody, luminous night. Nora descended the quiet stairwell, her footsteps muffled against the threadbare runner and hush of early morning hours. Stepping outside, the city greeted her with a chill, the kind that settles in your bones, softened only by the distant glow from half-closed shops and the halo of street lamps. The alley was narrower than she remembered, a corridor of blue and charcoal, with light pooling at its mouth and fading into indigo at its end. The glimmer beckoned her forward, tiny golden sparks tucked into puddles, darting in and out of shadow as if playfully avoiding discovery. Nora crouched, umbrella sheltering her from a gentle drizzle, and reached toward the mysterious lights. But as her hand neared, the glow flickered and danced away, splitting into smaller pinpricks. She followed them deeper into the alley, passing trash bins and crates stacked against a graffiti-marked wall. Suddenly, she heard a quiet whimper, a low, wavering sound, fragile as lace, mingling with the patter of rain. Her search was no longer about the lights, it was about the secret behind their dance. Nora's step slowed, soft and careful. She whispered, "Hello? Is anyone there?" The alley seemed to breathe. Then she saw it, a stray kitten, drenched, its wide eyes glowing golden in the lamp's reflection, surrounded by the trembling lights. The kitten's mew, tiny and uncertain, was the final thread in this gentle puzzle. Nora knelt, speaking gently as she offered her hand. The kitten hesitated at first, but the warmth in Nora's voice coaxed it from the shadows. It inched forward, paws uncertain against the wet ground. As it reached her fingers, the tiny lights now clearly revealed as small, bioluminescent beetles scattered over the puddles, their golden glow painting delicate patterns over Nora's boots and the kitten's fur. The kitten, shivering but emboldened, mewed and pressed close against her palm. Nora smiled and found her voice growing softer still, whispering stories of nighttime wonders to calm the little stray. The rain fell a bit harder, but under Nora's umbrella they both remained dry, a secret haven within the city's nocturnal ballet. From above, a window opened with a creak, and an elderly neighbor peered down, curiosity piqued. Seeing Nora with the kitten, the neighbor offered a quiet wave, and the warm light behind her softened the alley's blue gloom. Nora lifted the kitten into her coat, feeling its rapid heartbeat slow as it nestled close. The lights, braver now, skittered to encircle them, glimmering in a gentle parade as she carried her charge back toward the stairwell. Each step felt lighter. The city, so often veiled in mystery and solitude, whispered instead of welcome, as if the very rain approved of this small, quiet rescue. With the kitten swaddled securely in her coat, Nora climbed the stairs back to her apartment. The night air grew softer, carrying the quiet rhythm of drizzle and the distant hush of tires on wet streets. Once home, she dried the little creature, setting it in a woven basket lined with a warm towel. The kitten purred for the first time, a tiny rumble of trust and relief, and the sound filled the room with a new, gentle magic. Outside, the bioluminescent beetles flickered past her window like miniature lanterns escorting her home. Nora settled back in her armchair, kitten curled beside her, and gazed at the city, now transformed, the familiar silhouettes tinged with hope and quiet promise. She sipped her tea, heart peacefully awake to the world's gentle mysteries. The rain fell softly in the alley, glinting silver in the lamplight, while the apartment glowed with a warm, golden hush. And in that moment, the night felt perfectly safe, perfectly wondrous, as if every gentle seeking held its own secret reward. Nora closed her eyes, content in her little haven, the kitten's presence a soft promise of companionship, adventure, and peace under the Noir City's watchful night.